Hello, hello, my dear friends, you've reached Elena's bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. She'll help improve your fitness, but there's also so much more. 'Cause here are just a few things that this channel has in store. There's barre and there's Pilates and there's belly dancing too. And many styles of yoga, so I'm sure there's one for you. Then watch her practice pianist string from right within her home. She's in such big condition, she'll outrun the metronome. Elena's bar, Elena's bar. They're the best place on the internet, the very best by far. It's not just the piano, but the ukulele too. The guitar and violin are even more that she can do. She does so many different things, it's hard not to lose track. I nearly didn't mention that she posts on her Substack. Elena's bar, Elena's bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. Yeah, controversial topics may be brought up for discussion, but try not to provoke her or she'll swear at you in Russian. And sometimes certain topics can make quite a big impression. So remember, you take part at your own risk and your discretion. Yeah, let's bar, yeah, let's bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far. You might even meet the leader if you're quite a loyal fan. She's got a fixed male cat, but she's so desperate for a man. We've really got it all, then you couldn't ask for more. So sit right back and watch Elena shave a 3 or 4. Elena's bar, Elena's bar. The best place on the internet, the very best by far.
Hello, hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to Elena's Bar and the Resurgence of Sanity. How are you doing, guys, today?
Great.
Great.
Yeah.
Are you excited about today's topic?
Weren't we always? We're going to have lots of fun.
I know, right?
That was going to be my answer.
Oh,
Well, guys, today we really have a fun topic. It's a continuation, actually, to your live stream that you did on Wednesday, I think last week. No, not last week. 2 weeks ago, right? You talked about male delusions.
yeah, it's a week and a half ago.
Oh, okay. So, yeah.
And it had for the image laid savers.
Well, I didn't come up with any image for today's live stream, but I came up with something else, guys. Okay, what shall we do first? Do you want to listen? What, Steve? Are you trying to say something?
No, it was the male delusions are all about how we delude, how men. Oh, I got to move my mic. How men delude themselves, and it's all about how to get laid. Whether you're Christian or single or secular or anything, it's how can I conduct my life so I can get laid? Whether, okay, if you're immorality aside, if you're immoral, okay, get a woman. If you're married and want to live a fulfilling marriage, how can I have sex with my wife? How can I delude myself into whatever belief will get me there? And most of them don't.
Yeah, well, with women, I was just thinking while you were talking, Steve. I think with women, it boils down to how can I extract more resources from men with the least amount of effort, and how can I enslave men? The delusions, I mean.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
That's
a fair analysis.
See? Yeah. Well, what do you want to do first? I have a video for us to watch, and I have the list of female delusions.
Let's do the video first.
The video first? Okay, let's do this. Well, let me move us here then. Oops, no, like that. Hold on. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Hold on. I'm trying to share a video and I'm trying to set it up with a proper. Yes, here you go. Cool. Yeah, give me a moment. I'm going to bring the video up.
What will my future hold? I wonder. What will my path be like? I wonder. It would be so exciting to be out in the world, to be free. I can do whatever I want to. I look forward to meeting a new me. I've always longed for adventure. I fucked around with bad boys I could beg. Now I'm reformed and pretentious. I want the right man to be trapped. A Christian man with the Bible. What's so fearsome about that? Oh, I must stop these doubts, all these worries. If I don't, I will be public whore, manifesting being a virgin. I am lacking the virgin I lost. So put red mask without defiance. So gas men up with much reliance. Show them I'm worthy, and while I show them, I show me. So let men test me with their questions. I'll do better than my best. I will show them that I'm best and then I'm chased. And they will see that I'm worthy to be chased. Somehow I will impress them. I will be feminine. And all those men will come to bless me. They will look up to me and solve me. With each step I am more certain everything will turn out fine. I am worthy and I know the world is mine. They'll have to agree I'm the best they've ever seen. I'm a queen and they must serve me if they want to be my kings. I determine their dreams and their sins. Besides, you can see I deserve a luxury. Feminism isn't power. Feminism isn't strength. I found the secret to my power. It's femininity, manpower. All I trust, I have my heart to. With self-love and self-respect. I am worthy and I'm feminine as well. I am worthy and I'm feminine as well. Besides, you can see I deserve all luxury.
Oops. Wait a second. Here you go. Yeah, this kind of summarizes the list, guys.
I think you need to find someone to write a musical. We'll call it Blue Pill Life. And you can write all the music for it.
Well, it's not actually, the music is not mine. The music is from the well-known, well, I don't know how well-known it is today. The Sound of Music
tune is.
musical.
Right. So you just need new tunes, and then you can write the lyrics for that, and someone can do a whole musical, a big fancy production. It would be great.
Yeah, the Blue Pill. The Blue Pill Life. I was thinking about it, you know, when I was, because I have so many red pill associated songs, guys. I have a separate playlist on my channel with all of the red pill songs. Yeah, that's a good idea. So what do you think? What do you think about the song, huh?
Captures reality.
Yeah.
And it's a parody of reality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to prepare the list, guys. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm plugging the wrong things here. Okay, let me open it first. I'll share it. Yeah, we have a list of female delusions here. And yeah, tell us what you think about them.
Wait,
Okay.
there's female delusions? Who knew?
I know, right?
No, female aren't deluded. Are they? They're they always get their cake and eat it, have their cake and eat it too. Society owes them. They're not deluded.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well,
How
let's
dare
check.
you rain on their parade?
I know, right? Well, I don't care, ladies. So yeah, if you don't want to be mentally triggered today, I suggest you skip this video, watch some soap opera instead. Okay, we are going to get into this delusion list. So give me a second, guys. I don't have two screens, so I have to go back and forth between the two documents that I'm trying to zoom in so that we can read it. Can you see it better?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
A little
cool.
bit, yeah.
A little bit. Okay, well, if you don't like how it shows up, maybe you can share it then because you have the list too.
You
Okay,
should probably zoom in just a little bit more.
zoom in just a little more. Okay, 1 second, Nick. 1 second.
Yeah.
Now I figured out how to zoom in, you know.
There you go. Now you
Yeah,
can slide it left a little bit. There you go.
We're making progress here. Okay, cool.
There you go.
So yeah, I'm going to be switching between the two screens, guys, because I want to be able to watch you while we're talking. Okay, so the first one on the list is beauty. So basically, she believes that if she is beautiful, she can get whatever she wants, the princess treatment that she deserves. And then, of course, she believes that she's a 10. She is super special and unique. And then, yeah, beauty will give her what she wants. And yeah, some women even exercise, and they think that exercising will give them what they want.
It helps not being fat.
True. Yeah. Well, as we are headed into recession or depression, more women start waking up to this one. So they start exercising, getting themselves into shape. Yeah.
I mean, they can't afford Uber Eats all the time anymore.
Well, that too. And maybe they realize, when they hit their 30s, they realize that they're better off with a man than without a man. And for them to get a man, they need to be in shape.
But when guys get older, they start realizing they're better off without a woman than with a woman.
Well, yeah, true. Well, they realize it way too late, so if they could do it in the like teens, let's say, or 20s, yeah, it wouldn't be a problem for them.
So why do they think they're a 10? They're special and unique.
Well, I think this is part of female nature that women are born with. They just believe that they are unique and special, and especially with all of the gaslighting that they get from simps. And this list is a corollary to the one that you guys did with men delusions. So they rely on Mr. Nice Guy to feed into their delusions. So the nice men, they want sex, right? They want to get laid. Well, all men do, and then they have different delusions to get what they want. women are similar in that regard, but they don't just want a man, they want a lifestyle, they want certain privileges, they want the status that comes with a man, that man gives them, right? And then how can they get it? How can they get the status with the least amount of effort? Especially if they have decent genetics and all they need to do is just adjust a few things. This is what women are going to do. And so
They're
they
not,
heavily...
they're not all.
Well, look, Nick, in their 20s, they heavily rely on these sims, on Mr. Nice Guys to guess them up, to tell them how beautiful they are, how they are strong, they don't need no man, right?
Well, they're talking about beautiful and unique and special. Well, how do they know that they're a 10? Is it because every guy swipes right on them, or they have access to the 8, 9s, and 10 men? Because they have access to those guys, they therefore think they are an equal level with that 10 or 9 or whatever it is.
Well, if they
Guy.
get attention, even a little bit of attention from the alpha man is better than none, right? I guess. And then they, in a way, get alpha widowed without even fucking these guys. Or like, look, if the guys even spin plates and God forbid he fucks her, then in her mind, everything is realigned. She believes that she's owed that alpha guy, and then, yeah, she doesn't settle down for less than she believes she deserves, because once she got that attention. And on social media, it's a never-ending supply of that attention.
All that is true, but it's not necessary. It's not the simps that cause women to feel this way and behave this way. It's just innate. Have you ever seen a 16-year-old girl? Okay, let's assume she's a virgin. She should be.
Mm-hmm.
How many hours does she spend in the bathroom? Looking at herself in the mirror, putting on makeup, posing this way, that way. Then she goes shopping for clothes. Whatever outfit she puts on, she will look at herself and think, oh man, I look so hot, so beautiful. And that all comes from her mind. Now, it can be reinforced by the world and the simp behavior, but it starts in her mind.
Yeah, well, it's already in them. So all women are delusional by nature. Sims don't help it. They make it worse, but the fact that women all think that they are somehow special and unique.
Sisterhood each tells each one, oh, you're so pretty, even though she might be a fat whale. Oh, you look so cute in that. Oh, she really doesn't. Oh, and then the mommies tell them the same thing. You're the most beautiful ever. And then even if they have a dad in the home, the dad always is going to tell their daughter she looks beautiful. But it can be a detriment because they just think that they're the best thing since sliced bread.
Well, even if they have some self-doubts, those self-doubts are eliminated by society, what everyone tells them. If everyone is guessing them up, soon they start believing, even though it's not true, and they may even realize to some extent that they are not all that, but because everyone guesses them up and tells them what they want to hear, not what's true, but what they want to hear, Well, for people to be delusional, they need an audience that feeds into it and listens to them and uploads to them, appeals to them. If nobody was buying their BS, they wouldn't be relying on these delusions, So like the lying stories that women tell themselves, they only work if there are people who are listening, who are asking them questions, who are talking, who are engaging with this information that they are sharing about themselves.
So is beauty enough?
What,
In other
to get a
words-
man?
In other
Well,
words, a woman is beautiful and she thinks, I'm beautiful. Therefore, I can use my beauty to get the man I want, and I'll be happily ever after. I will always be happy because my beauty will get me everything that I want in life. Is that true?
well, I would say that it definitely
Or her
works.
GPS. Beauty plus GPS.
Yes.
If it were true, then beautiful women would be content and happy. And when
Well,
they
are we
marry
talking
the
about okay,
stud,
Steve?
they would be happy.
Are we
So
talking about happiness, or are we talking about okay? What are we trying to determine here? Whether she will get what she wants from man and be married, right? Or whether she will be happy? Because as
No,
far
it's
as the
just-
feminists are concerned, she can be perfectly happy without a man.
It's the same thing. Her beauty gets her what she wants from men, which will mean she is happy. That's the delusion. My
Okay.
beauty gets me what I want and will make me happy.
Well, I would say it works for a certain period of time on certain men who are
Yeah, once she gets that
only
man,
evaluating women based on their looks, you know, and
it
it's most
doesn't
men.
work. It doesn't work.
Well,
Because
Steve,
a
if it
beautiful woman
didn't
with a
work-
man is still not happy.
Well, okay, Steve, if it didn't work, then women wouldn't be so indulging, you know, on this beauty, and they would be working on other things if it didn't work. No, beauty gives them what they want for a certain period of time. Then when the looks start fading, they can't use beauty anymore, so they try to use the system and the institutions to get them what they want.
Exactly, because it's a delusion. My beauty will get me what I want, which will make me happy. Okay, her beauty may get her what she wants, but it won't make her happy because it's a
But
delusion.
you said before that getting what she wants makes her happy.
Well, that was the delusion. She's
Uh-huh.
deluded to think that if she gets what she wants, she will be happy. She won't be.
So if she gets a male slave who serves her, who pedestalizes her, are you saying that she's not going to be happy?
Exactly. She thinks it'll make her happy, but it won't.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yeah,
she'll
that makes
always
sense.
have this thing that he's only into me because of he doesn't really like me who I am. He just wants my body. That'll be in the mind somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So then, with that, she'll say, he just wants me for my beauty. Therefore, I'm going to cut my hair short. So he'll love me for who I am instead of my long hair. So I don't need to be all this feminine stuff and sweet and all that because I'm just giving him what he wants and he's not loving me for who I am. So I'm entitled to put on some weight. I'm entitled to cut my hair short. And now he has to love me for who I really am. How's that work, Nick?
Now she's just being difficult. And that's not beautiful. Sabotaging your beauty is not beautiful, but you're doing it because you want to be difficult and rebellious. That's not beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
So now,
Well, essentially,
he doesn't like her. He doesn't like her outside nor the inside.
yeah. Well, look, they are trying to be rebellious when they do that. So love me for who I am. So I'm a rebellious creature, right? And you should love me. because I rebel, because I say so.
But what you also see here is, what did she do? She changed masks. That's number 2.
Yeah, she changes masks. Okay, let me scroll that one down. 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Yeah. Way too much. Yeah. Okay, let's keep it that way. So yeah, she changes her masks. Some of my favorite masks are listed here. So Christianity, she goes to church, right? She finally found Jesus, and Jesus is her boyfriend. Then they appeal to their femininity suddenly. Yeah, I'm a feminine woman. This is my fem power, like Anita was singing, right? And then anti-feminism. Feminism is evil. It lied to us. It misled us. I'm not a feminist. I want to be a wife and I want to be a mother. Right? And then pro-complementarian, women and men should complement each other. And then here falls also women and men are different from each other. So basically they repeat the least objectionable things just to prove to everyone how they've transformed, how they've reformed, or maybe how virtuous they are. They're virtue signaling.
Well, this is kind of branding.
Yeah.
What brand do you want to be? Okay, you're going to put on some persona, some mask. What brand? Are you going to be the Christian female? Are you going to be the beauty queen female? Are you going to be the traditional? Is that going to be your brand? What brand and persona? What are you going to fake to present this ideal brand image to get what you want? Which means man, the man, happiness, resources, whatever. It's a branding.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, and do
think
these
about
women
cars.
have...
Think about cars. Okay, they're all cars. But are you going to be under the Chevy brand, the Ford brand? Oh, maybe you're an exotic brand, a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. Maybe you're going to be a sports car. Maybe you're going to be a practical pickup truck. But, you know, you're going to have that high level of trim. What brand are you going to be for transportation? It's all up to her. How does she want to present herself to the world?
Hey, and one way you can tell that a woman, if you're with a woman and you notice all of a sudden she starts changing her brand, perhaps because she changed her man and you haven't caught on yet. Or she's
Or she changed.
about to change her man.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. They
If she's
adjust
done with the bad boys,
Mhm.
she's going to change her brand from the seductively dressed woman to the trad wife. And now she's going to dress more modestly to attract a different kind of man. She changed her brand. Did the person underneath really change?
Well, they pretend, they act and pretend until they get what they want and somebody gives them the attention. Usually, even if they don't settle down, what I notice, and I really find it frustrating, there are so many young women in their 20s. What are they doing on social media? Even if they don't post any provocative pictures there, or maybe a few just to give you an idea, right? But then they keep repeating all of these red pill talking points, ThreadCon talking points, and then they remain single, you know? And then they are anti-feminism. Oh, feminism is evil. Feminism is so disastrous, right? It destroys everything. And yeah, it lied to us. Women are bad, men are kings. All of that kind of stuff, that they say. And it sounds appealing, especially I can see how many men, even in the red pill, will say, "Oh my gosh, these women are so based. Finally, they are saying these things, right?" And then they give these women attention. But the result is that these women, they were single before, they are still single. They are not getting married because the intention for them was not to find a husband, but maybe later when they hit the wall, they will consolidate on a decent guy there. But the initial idea for them was to get more attention, to get more clout, and not to settle down. Because there are way more traditional men out there. I mean, how difficult is it for women to find a traditional man? Most men only want one woman, right? It's not that difficult. If they
what do they do? What are they doing on social media? I'll tell you what they're doing. They're advertising their brand. So if the brand they're advertising is not getting them the result that they want, or if they want a different result, different kind of man, they have to change their brand and their advertising to attract whatever their new goal is, whatever their new ideal man is.
Well, and then they all become Jesus is my boyfriend because this ideal never comes to life. They are chasing a unicorn, like male version of a unicorn. Like in this case, Jesus, he's kind of a unicorn.
Well, you're getting to your last one.
Oh, okay.
That's your last one, but we'll get there. Masks. Okay, so you'll notice girls, they're like groupies. Women are like groupies. They flock around. Depends on what kind of group they're in. Like when they're young, I notice a lot of girls will dress kind of a goth punkish. When they're into the rock scene, they'll dress a certain way. Oh, well, then they kind of get into and then you might start tatting up and having piercings and da 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 da. Oh, but then they might be they might get to college and now they gotta kind of dress like the kind of the sorority girl image. And then depending on what kind of guys they start hooking up with or who they're chasing, they might kind of isolate themselves into another different group when they start dressing similar, trying to chase that type of guy. Oh, but then, like you said, they want to go back to Christianity. Then they'll do the trad wife, sundresses, blah, blah, blah. Well, that didn't work out. I guess they got to deconstruct. So let's dye the hair red, cut it short, or purple, or green. Add some piercings here and there, and they just change. They go from one to the next to the next to the next.
Well, and yeah, it's always so extreme, like from one extreme to the next.
Does every woman always do it this extreme?
No.
Do some women? No, they don't. But this is where they don't even know who they are. They don't have their own identity.
They're trying to find themselves, Nick. They're trying to find who they are.
That's part of the deconstruction thing. They have to go on a spiritual journey, right? That's what I was talking. They die there. They find themselves. They might get into those Eastern religions, Hinduism. Might find a guru in India or someplace, disappear for a little bit.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah, and then when they dive into Christianity here, they believe that Christianity will give me what I want. Jesus is my boss. Well, and look, also it's what men are being propagandized by the Tretcons, or you just wife up this horse. So in a way, women look at what is being said to men, and they think that if they just pretend to be a Christian, if they put this mask on, they will get the man who will wife them up. Because let's be honest here, when she hits the wall, she doesn't really think about excitement. She wants stability for some time, and then she gets the alpha re-interest phase right after she gets wiped up. So yeah, based on what is being told to men, women look at it and say, well, if I want this kind of man, and the Tretcons offer me that man, the church provides me with that man, right? Who will wife me up, who will be my servant leader, who will be my slave. Then later I can do whatever I want. Once I get the ring, then I get all of the leverage, all of the status, everything I want. And then she still believes that Jesus is your boyfriend, and Jesus doesn't care about your body count. This is why they lie. They lie about their body count, like Sarah Stock did. You know?
Well, at a certain stage, they say, oh, I need stability. So then she goes, changes her brand, puts on a different mask, and searches for stability. And she may well find stability. But you know what the problem with stability is?
It's boring.
Exactly.
No, man.
Yeah, well, and the thing is that they are always looking for that excitement, for that spark. And I've even seen married women are talking about how men are supposed to dance monkeys dance, right? To keep that spark, to keep you entertained, to keep, even sometimes they'll say to women, well, just experiment, just do this or do that, and like put out with your husband and do all of those things. And I'm like, yeah, superficially, the message that they send out appeals to a lot of married men, because who wouldn't want to have sex with his own wife, right? But at the same time, when you think about it deeper, you just realize that all of this is just manipulation to satisfy her, to please her, so that she feels entertained at all times. And the moment she doesn't feel entertained, the moment her GBD expires, right? She's done with him.
If she gets bored with him, she's not going to want to have sex with him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of like, oh my God, I have to have sex with a man that bores me. Oh, what a chore. I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so they don't.
Yeah.
So in order, so to, what the delusion men are sold is, oh, she's unhappy. Just serve her better and you'll get more sex. The
Mhm.
more you serve her better, the more bored she gets.
Yeah, that's true.
So the less sex you're going to get. And
That's
that's
very
kind of the
true.
way it works, Nick.
Yep. You have to kind of spike them a little bit.
Yeah.
That's the problem is you get these Christian guys, and I understand, like, they're faithful, good, they're not doing anything really wrong, but they don't understand that these women, boredom is like kryptonite to the marital relationship. They get bored, they could step out quick. And so you just gotta spike their emotions a bit. Just be a little bit of a jerk. Not a total jerk, but just say, no, I'm not doing that. Or say something, rude, or just reveal the truth in a very firm way, or
How
say
about
something that
just
that-
saying no
say
to
something.
her and restraining her and saying, like, no, you're not getting this. I think this one will spice up a lot of interest in women.
Or tease.
Yeah, you tease her. Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well,
If you're
I've
just all
seen.
if you're all kindness, she's just gonna write you off.
Yeah. I've seen some men, they give up whatever they are doing. Now, the tendency for women, we are talking about masks here. So, anybody who joins us, tell us what you think. They are being told, put out, right? Fuck your husbands like crazy. Just, put out if you want to keep him serving you, basically. That's the message. And then, so I've seen a few videos where women are dressed in slinky clothes, and then they come to their husbands, and their husband's like, oh, yes, I'm giving up everything I'm doing right now at the moment, just so that I can give attention to you when you ask for it. It's on her schedule, on her term. Still, yes, she puts out, but it's like you become so dependent on her putting out that she rules that relationship anyway.
Which is going to lead to her being bored. If she's
Yeah.
in control of things, she will get bored.
Yeah. True.
No hath no fury like a woman bored.
And then,
Mhm.
okay, where does boredom, her boredom, she's bored, she's not going to respect her husband. If she doesn't respect her husband, she's going to develop contempt for him. And then if she develops contempt, any touch or physical intimacy is going to be repulsive, revulsive, just ick. Because once contempt is there can be no personal intimacy, much less physical intimacy. And it all built from being bored and not being led. And so it's actually better to spike a woman's emotions, and even to the point of anger, by saying, no, we're not going to do that. And so now she feels all these emotions. That is probably necessary, but it's essential that she feel emotions rather than be bored. Anything is better than letting your woman be bored.
Or letting her rule in your relationship.
And she'll probably, and if she's bored, she's probably going to show you some attitude. It's probably subconscious, but that's like the perfect time to play with those and those it's called a shit test, basically. That's the
Mhm.
perfect time to mess with it.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, okay, honey, yes, dear.
I can't imagine myself being with that type of a man. I have visceral disgust towards them.
Well,
I can't stand a man who tells who is a pushover. Yeah, my husband says no a lot to me. Well, anyway, so here she believes that her past is forgiven too. It doesn't matter. Well, you know what? I would say, like, ladies, when you lie about your body count, we don't expect
well,
virgins today, but then when they lie to their men about their body count, Nick, they are lying to themselves, because like they pretend to be somebody that they are not. They pretend to be this traditional. They pretend to be this chaste woman, right, who is a virgin. And then a man is like, okay, I'm given this set of data, like based on how she acts, how she presents herself, based on her branding, right? So I'm not going to apply the necessary force to like put her in her pocket, right? To put her in her place. So and then
don't
she
expect to
starts.
ever know a woman's true body count.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
If she's
yeah,
okay, if she's opening her mouth, Steve, if a woman's opening her mouth, what does it usually mean?
She's eating.
Eating?
No, that wasn't the answer you were looking for.
No.
yeah, Nick, we know what.
Look, I know it's an exaggeration. It's, tongue in cheek. Okay.
If she's talking, she's lying. Is
Yeah.
that what you were trying to get at, Nick?
Yeah, it's tongue in cheek. It's an exaggeration. Okay, but there's some truth to it.
Well, yeah, there is. And this is why, because women lie, men come up with these insane formulas to calculate their body counts.
Well,
Did we
it's
show
all
people the formula that we came up with?
no, but before we go there, I want to point out the
Okay.
delusion here. It's simple. She convinces herself that her mask is reality. I used to be a loose woman, and
Mhm.
now I'm a traditional moral woman. So therefore, my past doesn't matter. Therefore, it doesn't exist because my new brand is my new reality. So don't look at the past one because that's not me anymore. No, you're just selling a brand, a mask. You, the true you, never changed. So
Well, this
since
is
she's
why
trying,
I keep saying to women, yes, I know that men don't believe what women say because whatever women say is
No,
bullshit,
no,
right?
no,
But
no.
like
Most men do.
there is no point
Most
in
men,
lying.
Elena, most men are dumb craps like I used to be, and probably like Steve used to be.
yeah,
Sure, we believed, despite all the behavior and everything
Yeah.
we saw with our own eyes and observed. No, she wouldn't lie to me. She wouldn't deceive me. Most men are like that.
right.
Yeah,
So
true.
men, a certain number of men have woken up. And based on that, if she's talking, she's lying. She says her body count is this, she's always lying about it. So I have to determine what her real body count is, not based on what she says, but based on anecdotal information. So I'm going to apply a formula to figure out what it is based on what she says, because I know she's lying about it. So, Elena, what is that formula?
Well,
Oh, one of many.
keep talking, Steve. I need to find it. I need to actually download it from Canva, guys. I'm sorry, I didn't
Okay.
prepare it because I didn't expect. Okay.
So, yeah, you know she's what okay, smart men know she's wearing a mask. Red pill men know she's wearing a mask. What she says coincides to the brand she's trying to promote. If she's a promiscuous woman, well, her body count that she admits to can be higher, but maybe not as high as what's real. If she's going to be a Christian woman, then, the body count needs to be lower. And then she's been exposed to this idea that the more promiscuous a woman was in her past, the less men want her, the less attractive for wife material she's going to be. So she's unconsciously going to process this and come up and say a reasonable number. And the reasonable number, okay, now how does she arrive at a reasonable number? Well, first of all previous partners, sexual partners, all that count.
This
The
is
ones
crazy.
that don't count. And the ones she can't remember don't count. So the one she counts is not necessarily the number of penetrations. It's the mask. It's the brand.
Ladies, it's
Have you found it yet?
everybody counts. Everybody. The one night stands, like whatever crazy thing you did there, everything counts. Even the ones you think that don't count, they count too. Everybody.
So now Nick needs to fill in the dead airspace while Elena's still looking.
Yes, I'm still sending the formulas over, guys.
Okay, dead airspace. Yeah, well, you can also expect the masks to shift based upon her stage or phase in life. And in the red pill community, we talk about hoe phase. That's, 18 to 20, 25, 28. Then that's where they're crazy. They're out partying, you know, getting after it sexually. And what they're looking for is, the guy that looks really good, the hot guy that stood. And then, oh, maybe my friends are starting to get married. Maybe I need to get married. It kind of starts clicking on at 25, really around 28, epiphany phase through like 30, 31, 32. Oh, I need to get married. I need to lock down a man. Okay, so they start lowering the standards. They're still attracted to the stud that they're effing around with and all the guys, but well, I need to find a guy that'll give me some money. Maybe I can stay home. I can get all these resources and protection, the house. Okay, so they settle on a less than desirable guy, lock him down. Then they have the security phase, which is, oh no, I have kids. So now they're all about security and more resources, more of this. And then they hit the wall. And right about the time they hit the wall, they're also, it's weird. The wall's about 35. You can stretch it a little bit, but about 35.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes during the 30s, maybe even their 40s, and they get this idea, oh, I've got the kids, but I'm not really attracted to this guy I'm married to. So they go back to they have to rediscover themselves. They ditch the guy, take the kids, get the resources, throw them under the bus, and they have to go on a journey and find out who they really are. So you see these
Right.
masks change.
Yeah, they change with their faces. Yeah.
Because
wherever
early
they are.
on, she was looking for Mr. Right now.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Then things get serious. Now she needs to go for Mr. Right.
Mr. Right.
But then she figures out Mr. Right is boring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So now she needs to go on a journey to figure out, I need to find Mr. Right now again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's sort of like, where's all the good men gone?
You know, like 50 years old, like where are all the good men?
Back
You
there
were
in your
married
20s
to
when
one.
you-
Like
Yeah, that.
like they divorce these guys, they divorce decent guys, and then they say like, where are all the good men? There are no good men left. I'm like, yeah, you just lost one. You
Yeah,
literally
you lost
just
the one
lost
you're
one.
married to, and all the
Yeah.
other guys that you passed up or you slept with and then ghosted in your 20s, early 20s. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, well, let's check the formula, guys. Okay, I did bring it up and I did adjust it like you suggested. Okay, it's with your input here. Okay, let me remove the banner for a little bit. So here we are in the ideal world. She would have 0. Her body count would be 0, right? And everything from 0 up is bad. So she's a red flag. You don't deal with her, basically. And here we marked from green to red. It's the level of dominance that is required to restrain this woman. So if she has 0 body count, she still needs some restraint. Okay, this is why yeah, I didn't know how to signal it, but it's not as bad, as like when your body count is over 10. So
Well,
yeah.
there's no imprint. There's no imprints at 0. So she will be that that man that she marries at 0. That will be her only sexual experience, her only basically knowledge, and she has all her experiences with one guy. And she's not, well, this guy had this, and this guy had that, and this guy had this, and this guy had that. Well, he only has 2 out of 10 things that I really liked.
Yeah, so
The
she
40 guys
wouldn't be
that slept with.
comparing. Yeah, she wouldn't be comparing this man to any other man. She probably still would. Okay, here, this is why I say that fatherless upbringing and college degree and her presence on social media, even if she has, well, let's just be realistic here, okay? Not a virgin, okay? If she has some body count, and let's say it's not very high, it's under, I don't know, 5, let's say. But if she is on social media, if she has a college degree, and if she is raised by a single mother, guys, she's still a red flag, okay? Especially if she is LARPing and virtue signaling on social media, she's just an attention-seeking whore. I don't know if it's even better than having, I kind of equate them. I know that they are not the same. And my father-in-law told me that they are not the same. But they are very similar because they have the similar kind of imprint on her mind where she gets all of the attention from these random sims. She gets 50,000 fantasies of different romances. This is how my father-in-law put it, with all of these male followers that follow her. Yeah, I don't know how this is even better than having, I don't know, like the body count of like under 10, but not being on social media. So like the amount of damage that social media does to women's psyche is just phenomenal. It's incredible and it's irreversible. Once she's out there, she's out there. I would put her under the category, even if she has low body count, but she's on social media, virtue signaling and LARPing for clout. I would put her for recreational use only as well, regardless of her body count. This is how bad, this is how toxic the social media is for women. And they won't quit it. There are so many young women in their 20s. They are so addicted to social media that they won't let go of it. They're addicted to the dopamine hit, to the likes that they constantly get from this man. And I'm just
Attention.
amazed.
It's endless attention.
Yeah. Well, they are attention-seeking whores. For them to cheat, for me, cheating starts mentally, right? You start thinking about another man. Like, this is where it begins, guys. She is inviting already when you see a woman, even if she doesn't behave as provocatively as other women, but if she has big clout, if there are so many sims in her DMs, in the comments also, this is a huge red flag. I don't care what your body count is, even if it's not that high, objectively speaking, let's say, right? It's still bad. Because cheating starts mentally, and this is what my father-in-law was aiming at. Like, she starts having all of these fantasies, all of these novels, you know, and romances with imaginary boyfriends. So she can have one husband or boyfriend in real life and like 14 fictional husbands who are pedestalizing her. The damage that it does, I think it's almost the same as like her having wrecking herself with high body count on the psychological level. And nobody did research on that, so we can't really prove it. But I think there is some truth to that.
There's a caveat here because we're talking about, you know, female delusions. There's a caveat. Yeah, this is the ideal woman with not on social media, but you know, is she really the why is she, you have to ask, is she a whale? Oh, I'm the ideal woman, but you know, she weighs 300 pounds. Okay. Okay. Secondly, she might have GPS. She's so holy. How dare you ever expect me to have I was a virgin when you married me. How dare you ever expect me to put out for you? I'm so holy.
And then yet she's putting out on social media for
Or-
random strangers on the internet. Ladies, like, cut off this bullshit. Nobody is buying it. Well, nobody in the red pill is buying it for sure. You might find some Tredcon Sims who will upload to you and say, "Oh, you are so holy." But with the recent events that's been
They're
happening, I think
holier
that
than
the
the Virgin Mary.
Tredcons had a pretty tough time with realization, you know, like all of these chicks that they praise to God and then they turn out to be not virgins.
So part of this delusion is I may have spread my legs and given it away free in the past, but now I found Jesus and I have realized my own worth, that I am worth way more than that. So now
Mhm.
I have revalued the act of spreading my legs, and my price is higher.
Mhm.
My price, okay, now I find the man, but you know, now she's married. I'm not like those other women who just spread it because I am of great value. So you need to love me for who I am without me degrading myself by spreading my
Uh-huh.
legs. And so, unless you meet my standards, whichever I decide they are at the time, you're not getting access. My price is way higher because Jesus told me
No, right?
I'm a high priced woman.
After, like,
Too
okay, I'll give the benefit of the doubt to actual
No.
virgins. Okay, ladies, not
Right.
second virginity virgins, but like actual anatomical virgins. You might have a higher price there in your mind. But like
Hey.
all of these run through whores who found Jesus, their second virginity, like, no, your past actions have consequences.
No, they effed everybody like a
Mhm.
corn star, buck wild, doing all sorts of kinky crap. But hey, now it's only starfish sex for you. How dare you? Jesus, reform me. Jesus, gave me so much value. How dare you expect anything more than missionary position? And by the way,
Yeah.
she's probably drier than the Sahara Desert.
Oh, probably. Yeah. Well, I mean, and I think, okay, and now I see the message that neo-feminists are trying to push this message. Well, fuck your husband, crazy. Okay, ladies, put out. They realize that yeah, they can't really keep this, you know, her virtuousness and purity. They have to give it up, okay? And then they say, well, ladies, if you want to keep your man, you need to fuck him. You have to fuck him. Not a bad message per se, but the motivations and why they do it is just mind-boggling, honestly. I look at this and I roll my eyes because I'm like, why did you marry this man to begin with when you were not willing to fuck him? I mean, it was all conditional. It was like, you give me this transactional relationship, right? I get all of these benefits from you, then you might be lucky if you serve me well, if you do dance monkeys dance.
Yes, chore play will get you more sex, right, Nick?
I know, right?
It might work for a week. After that, nope. And it might not even work for that week, by the way.
Yeah. Well, after that, it becomes a habit. She knows that,
Uh-huh.
okay, you'll do it. You'll do it for free, and she doesn't need to do anything, right?
Yep.
Then she takes all
I'm
of this for granted.
I'm not having sex with you. Do you realize you haven't taken out the garbage for the past, until I reminded you? You haven't done that for the past 2 weeks, 2 months, whatever. You have not taken out the garbage. Why would I want to have sex with you? Man says, oh, man, this is great information. I'm going to make a point to take out the garbage. So now for the next 2 months, he checks out garbage daily. And if her rule is take out the garbage every day, it goes out every day. If it's when the can gets full, then it goes out, then he takes it out. If
Well, and
it's
then
in,
she shifts
well,
your
the can is
goalpost.
half full and you need to stomp it down so we can fit more in there and then take it out when it's full, he does that. And then
Yes,
he thinks, oh, now I can get sex. But she has no reason to give him sex now because the garbage is just taken care of automatically.
yeah, it is. And also, watch this. She's going to add more points for him to do. Like dishwasher will be next, you know, like you do the dishes, and then he will start cooking, and then he will start cleaning for her. It just adds on and on and on. Once she gets used to this kind of idea, this kind of mindset that she can extract more and more and more things from him, or buy me this, buy me that, then you'll get some. And remember, all of that after she fucked around, after she gave out the best of herself to the bad boys. So yeah, gentlemen, wife up a woman, wife up a whore who pretends to be a virtuous, traditional, godly church lady, who will chop play you, who will manipulate you, will get zero sex, zero respect, and she will take you to the cleaners in the divorce court after she is done with you. I mean, who will want to wife up this horse? This is why we see more and more men every single day leave church. And this screeching traditional conservative women in church. Where are all the good men? There are no good men left. Well, of course. And then the church, what does the church tell men? Well, you serve her better, you please her, you do what she wants you to do. You dance, monkeys dance. You are doing it to yourselves. And then you wonder, you're scratching your head, wondering, oh, why are good men leaving church?
So what's the next delusion?
Well, the next one is, okay, let me find it again. The next one is credentials.
Well, there's nothing that turns a man on more than that PhD hanging on the wall.
I know, right? Well, a PhD also
No.
comes with your attitude. PhD also means that she is more intelligent than he is, right? In her mind, I mean. She believes that she deserves the best now that she can get because she has a degree. She has the highest education.
It usually means she's more brainwashed by feminist woke crap than
True.
other women.
Yeah. Well, this is why when we looked at this formula, let's put it back on here. You can see here, college degree. Oh, if she has one, then it's a red flag. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, then what else is there? Work experience, same thing, credentialism. I have PhD in life. I've heard women saying that. When they were asked, what gives you the credibility to talk about these topics and to give advice to men and women? And she says, I have PhD in life. My unique personal experience speaks for my...
No, why everybody's listening to her a lot of times on Instagram is they got two big old jugs right here and a pretty looking face.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. No, but the sense of self-worth and entitlement with this woman, I'm telling you guys, They think that they know it all, and they never give credit to men. Never. Ladies, like I promise, your crown won't fall down if you refer to men for the ideas that men come up with, for the ideas that you are stealing from men to build your own clout, to build your own brand so that other men listen to you.
The more credentials you have, the more education you tout that makes you the best ever, the more men are going to think of you as some entitled woman with unrealistic expectations when he can just get something younger and doesn't give him as much of an earful. Yeah, I think he'd rather that. Men choose peace.
Mm-hmm. Well, and a lot of women are saying now that you give him peace. I don't think women can be the source of peace, personally. I know that we've talked
No, but
about
they
it.
can. They the more of this they have, chances are they will not bring peace, but chaos and to the relationship.
Yeah, right.
They
The
will.
more
They will disturb his peace that he already has.
Yeah. Even if she doesn't have it, she will still disturb his peace because women are chaotic by nature. All they bring is headache. There was one video, my dad actually sent it to me. I shared it on my Instagram, guys. I don't know if you saw it. Nick, do you remember that video? Okay, let me find it. It's a funny one. Okay, I'll keep talking. I'll find it.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you're finding it. I just want to say, Nick, my fantasy is to have sex with a 200-pound woman with a master's degree, a short haircut, and making over $100,000 a year. Because don't you know, sex with a woman like that is so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Said no man ever.
Yeah.
Okay. Travel now. So the more a woman travels, the more you realize she's expensive and you're not going to be able to keep up with her expectations. And the more she's traveled, chances are the more dick she's rode.
Yep.
But in her mind, the travel is just experience. She now understands other cultures intimately.
Intimately. Love it how you put it there, Steve. Yeah.
Yeah, she had a taste of the local flavor.
Exotic guys, I mean, you know, there is a lot of temptation. Why do you think they go to these yoga retreats? And these
To
Indian
find themselves.
yeah, exactly. And then
Well,
these
they're looking
Indian
for something.
gurus, you know, that they fuck all of the, well, I'm not saying that like all of these chicks, some of them are not fuckable, but like a lot of them, there is a lot of fucking going on, especially with awakening the sexual energies. Yeah. Like all the bullcrap that they do there. Yeah.
Well, you can't awaken those energies without testing to see if they're really
Really awakened.
It's like bringing your car into the shop, getting some work done on it, new cam, whatever. Now, how do you know that it really made a change? You got to put it on the dyno and test it out. So, you know, if a woman goes in for a sexual energy upgrade, she needs to be dyno tested.
Oh my gosh. And you know what? There were yoga courses that I was taking them online so that I could get certified to teach yoga. And the guys were inviting me for in-person retreats. You know, the yoga retreats. I said no. Well, I mean, I knew I wouldn't go anyway. But it's just yeah, it's very popular among women, especially Asian women who are re-entering the alpha the interest phase. Like after divorce, they usually go find themselves. They get into yoga retreats, meditation retreats, all of that stuff, awakening their sexual energies. Yeah. Well, I found the video. Okay, let me stop sharing
Hey,
this one.
Hold on. One more thing. Nick, you know why divorced woman needs her sexual energies reawakened?
No, tell me what.
Because they were definitely asleep during the marriage.
No
Oh,
shit.
yes. Yes. Well, they were with the wrong man who couldn't make them
Who
feel.
couldn't awaken them.
Yeah.
Now they got this thing that needs to be awakened because, you know, that Mr. Right who provided and all that. Yeah, you know what? He just couldn't do it for her. Didn't
Yeah.
work.
So here's the video that my dad sent me. He sends me Russian videos, guys. I often translate them. I put translation right away on them, and then you can watch them on my Instagram, and I do sometimes share them on my YouTube as well. So here is the video. I'm going to click here.
Видишь, если бы меня не было, кто бы тебе делал массаж от головной боли?
Но если бы тебя не было, у меня в головной боли бы и не было бы. О, хорошо.
Видишь, если бы меня не было, кто бы тебе делал массаж от головной боли?
Но если бы тебя не было, у меня в головной боли бы и не было бы.
Okay, we couldn't read those subtitles.
Okay, so I'm going to translate them for you. So she massages him, and he says, "Oh, it feels good." And then she says, "Well, if I wasn't around, who would give you massage from your headaches?" And he responds to her, "If you were not around, I wouldn't have had a headache." See? Yeah, these are the videos that my dad sends to me. And then there is another one here about a woman who doesn't quite understand male whining about how women in divorce are taking 50% of common property that was acquired during marriage, by the way. So let's watch this one. It's
Я не совсем выкупаю мужское нытье по поводу того, что вот женщины при разводе забирают себе 50% имущества совместно нажитого, да, между прочим. Я не совсем понимаю, мы хорошо, а чего мы ноем?
Yeah, like, why are you whining? Why are you upset about this?
Чего мы ноем? Раньше, насколько мне известно, жены втихую травили своих мужей, чтобы все состоялось.
Okay, so here she says, earlier, as far as I know, wives were secretly poisoning their husbands to get all property. Like, somebody tell me that Russian women are better than Western women?
Влияние забрать себе. А сейчас ты им даешь возможность уйти.
It's the same problem in China, same problem in Japan, same problem in Korea, same problem in Mexico,
everywhere.
problem in Canada, Europe. I mean, what?
I know. Now she says, now you give them a chance to live a life, right?
Живым, да еще 50%.
Plus, leaving them with 50% of property.
Оставить. Ну, вам не угодишь.
Yeah, we can't please you, right? She says. Wow. Yeah, guys. Female nature is everywhere. All women are the same. So let's go back to our list.
We finished number 3, I think.
Okay, yeah, you did say about her income. Well, about her income, guys. If she makes more money than he makes, then she expects a man to make even more money than she makes.
Then she won't find a man that fits her criteria, chances are.
Well, exactly. This is why
make more money aren't interested in her.
Well, here's a simple delusion. She thinks that her education, her degrees, her credentials, her income, her work experience, her life experience, her understanding other cultures and traveling and all that is going to make her more attractive to men. Bullshit. Men don't give a flying fuck about any of these things. All he wants, what is it he wants? Respect, sexual variety, and peace. What man has ever wanted a boss babe? Whatever man really wants to, I want to find a high income woman. I want to find a woman with a master's or a PhD. Men have enough problems without inviting more problems into their lives by having a woman that thinks she is smart. Because I tell you, most people think they are smart. It's really a Dunning-Kruger effect. She's educated beyond her intelligence.
Oh, see, Steve.
And, okay, this applies to men too. Anybody who thinks, oh, now I'm somebody because of my credentials and my degree and how much money I make, my bank account level, it makes me a better person. Bullshit.
Yeah, that's true. And there is another point I'd like to add here. Now women realize that men in the manosphere have been saying that, no, we don't want a woman who makes more money than us. No, we don't want a woman who is a boss babe, right? Who has this entitled toxic attitude. So now women are adjusting and they start wearing this, well, I want to be a well taken care of stay-at-home wife and mother. If you don't want my money and my independence, right? I can be a wife and a mother, but they are offering it without giving up anything else, without giving up their freedoms and their privileges. And this is what I've been saying in my short videos where, like, yeah, they still get bailout. They still get what they want. They still get their princess treatment. A man is serving them. They are not giving up their family laws, that the privilege that they get, right? Automatic custody, alimony, child support. Like they want to they in a way, like they react to what men are saying, and men have been saying for a long time that we don't want boss babes, we don't want women who have their own money, we don't care how much money you make, we don't care what degree you have, right? And we actually did a survey for biological men a while ago that kind of proves it, that like your degree doesn't matter to men, right? And now a lot of these women, they just assume a mask. All they have to do is adjust a mask, put femininity on, right? It will give them what they want. And then men are like, well, as long as she's not blaming men anymore, but she points out the finger at feminism. This is why I'm having huge problem with neo-feminists who are using all of the feminist benefits and who are criticizing and blaming feminism for everything. Because like, they're lacking humility, they are lacking accountability, they still did all of those things. Now they don't want to give up legally, they don't want to give up any of the privileges. And then they expect men to still bail them out, and men are buying this bullshit. Like most men are like, oh my gosh, she's so based, she's so feminine. Why does this grift work? It works because men are like, well, you know, feminism is evil. Everyone is criticizing feminism now. Even in the red pill, we say, well, feminism is evil. Yeah, well, look, I agree with you guys that feminism is evil, but what's next? Women are not going to give up their rights and privileges proactively.
Oh, yeah, okay. It worked because it matches a male delusion. So it worked for many years. The problem is it's working less and less frequently.
Mm-hmm.
Because the marriage rate is going down. Oh, the lamenting that women have. Where are all the good men? Their delusions are not working because they're not finding the men with equal delusions to wife them up. So it's working less and less and less. And you are finding among more intellectually minded people, more and more criticism of neo-feminists or the new non-feminists, and the smarter men are saying, hey, they can say that, they're still behaving the same way.
Yeah, they are.
No, we need to actually call into question whether it was a good idea to let women vote, because I don't see the benefits. I don't see how it's worked out.
Mm-hmm.
That these things, these discussions are becoming more common.
Yeah. Letting women work, letting women vote, letting women on social media, even, like, it's essentially giving them the microphone. Now every one of them has the right to say what she thinks, what she wants. There is no restraint there. Like, they are talking about patriarchy, right? Sometimes I forgot to include this in the second in the mask that they wear. They can be even pro-patriarchy. They can say all of the socially acceptable things against feminism now that everyone is criticizing feminism. Everyone is a feminist today, right? Safe to assume she's a run-through whore coming into marriage. She has all of this baggage. She has the attitude. She has her pedigree. She's been in the workforce, right? Now she wants to kind of give it up, her 9-to-5-hour job, so that she can be well taken care of, provided by her man, stay-at-home wife and mother.
That's a perfect lead-in.
Yeah, but it's more slavery. It's more slavery for men. It puts even more financial burden after she's acquired all of this.
Just cap it, move on to the next point, and continue your rant.
Okay. Okay, the next one is privileged equality. You suggested this one, Steve.
Well, what you were saying. Okay, I am no longer a feminist, but I want to keep all this equality stuff with men.
Well,
and because I'm not giving that up. And so now I am equal to a man, but I still deserve special treatment. So I'm more equal because, you know what? I believe in reproductive rights, that a woman should have the primary duty and decision over the child, and men need to just suck it up and pay child support if I deem that, or if I end the pregnancy, well, it's my choice. That is privileged equality.
Yeah,
or,
and by the way,
you know, in
It's more
divorce, you know, I
male
believe in full-time
husband
marriage, but
concubine.
if I find a reason that he doesn't measure up, I still deserve half of all his shit, plus child support, plus spousal maintenance. And I'm privileged. So yes, women, if they claim to be abused, oh yes, he should have a court order. What do they call those? I'm drawing a blank. That court order she gets on you where you can't do anything and talk to protection
restraining order. Yeah.
Oh, restraining
protection order.
But it can turn into a permanent one. It can turn into a permanent. That is
privileged equality. Her ability to get a protection order against him that actually violates his constitutional rights. But that's her privilege, because even though she's equal, she's weaker, but she's not. Because she's weaker, she should have more political and legal authority over him to extract money from him and to prevent him from doing things and all that. That is privileged equality.
Yeah. And just because they decide to keep a baby, babies today, they are just accessories. They are expensive accessories for women. They use them for social media. And this is the man's kids we are talking about. No one they mention, well, he's the father, right? Like that. the fathers have no say in how their kids are even being used on social media, so that she can get her promised veneration of being a well taken care of stay-at-home wife and mother, because we need to see more families, right? We need to see more kids being raised in these families. Let's just portray all of the kids, exploit the kids, and put them on social media so that we get our ego boost and, just see these good families together. The fact that they are using their kids for clout is just exploitation of kids. Why aren't traditional conservatives talking about that? If they are so concerned about the well-being of kids, I don't see how putting your child on social media benefits the child. Prove me wrong.
Okay. So we're talking about the delusion of equality. It's also a delusion it's a female delusion and a male delusion. It's actually a societal delusion. Oh, I'm pro family, I'm pro this, but they really want all the equality. But what actually ends up happening is I was searching for kind of a term to define this, and I stumbled on it's like a reverse concubinage. So a concubine is basically a
One man, multiple
legal term.
women. Yeah.
No, a woman is like you're married. It's not like it has a legal status, but not the same status as a wife, but it's like
Well,
a
she
slave
becomes
that you're married to. It's a slave that you
she's
become married to.
she's kind of his property for his pleasure, sexual use, and it's kind of like a contract. Yes, he needs to provide for his concubine, and so she has privileges, but not the same privileges as a wife by virtue of this contract.
So in modern marriage, it's not even equality. It's male concubinage.
So women can have multiple men for provision
No,
and
it's not
protection.
about that. It's not about that. It's the legal status. She can demand all these resources and extract from him, but he has no say so, no rights under law, really, especially when she can discard him whenever she sees fit. And then he actually is treated like his proper legal status, a slave before the law for the woman.
Right, because a true concubine, a man could dispose of her, get rid of her, or
Right.
end the relationship. That's all I'm talking about, without any repercussions.
Correct.
Now, she can dispose of him without any repercussions, but she gets to keep his providing for her, and she gets to extract resources on once she dismisses him.
Yes.
So it's
And
a
she gets
reverse
his
concubinage.
She also gets his
Husband
kids.
concubinage.
Yeah. Husband concubinage, yeah.
That's what modern marriage is today. That is the marriage, the so-called marriage you're entering into. It's not a proper marriage. It is this faux. It's you have voluntarily enslaved yourself.
Yes.
For the law.
Yeah, this is what I keep saying. And you'll see more songs coming from me, guys, singing about this too.
Oh no.
What, Steve, you don't like my songs? Come on, you don't like my singing? My dad told me. Okay, I'm going to tell you behind the scenes what he told me, not publicly. Okay, here. Let's move on to the next point. I just want to be done with this list so we can.
No, you need to read that first. Read privileged equality. There's some good words in there that you didn't read yet.
Oh, okay, hold on. So beliefs, I'm equal to a man, and because I'm equal, I deserve better. Then I deserve a man who will serve me. I deserve the best princess and queen treatment from men. Choplain. Yeah. Well, I think we've covered this one pretty well. I don't know. Do you have anything else you want to add?
Nope. I just wanted you to read that.
Okay, cool. Well, okay, let's move on. Now, finally, we have magical thinking. There you go. Okay. So here is magical thinking. She believes that I can manifest my desire, whatever her desire is for today, depending on her face. Okay. There are many perfect men out there waiting for me. That's the illusion that women have. I can manifest a perfect man. So it's based on the female delusion calculator. This is what my husband told me to bring up under this category. So what is it? 0.00001% probability equals. You are telling me I have a shot.
Yeah, Dumb and Dumber.
I know, right?
That's where the quote.
I love
chance or something.
guys. I love
You're telling me
statistics.
there's a chance.
You're telling me I have a chance. Yeah, I love statistics. It used to be my favorite class, but I'm also kind of broken. I can deal with probabilities, but I can see how women are struggling with probabilities. Yeah. Okay, now she says, I want a nice guy who worships me. Then she says, I want a high value man. Money muscles game. Yeah, the hypogamy insurance. You remember that one, right? For women. Then I want an alpha man. Whatever traits she finds masculine at the moment, she defines masculinity. All of your female gurus who are teaching men how to be men, who write books about authentic masculinity, authentic femininity, they determine everything. And she says, I want a Christian man. And notice how all of this kind of vary depending on your faces. I want a Christian man who serves God by serving me. And then I want a king who treats me like a queen. I've heard this one a lot, even from married women on social media. See, I treat my husband, I bring him coffee, I do these little things for him, and it's always so overinflated. Whatever crap she does for him, she always expects to get more from him. So this is how Steve says she gives to get more. She gives a little bit to get more. These are your neo-feminists, guys. And then what do we have here? Okay, hold on. Let me go back and scroll it forward for us. And yeah, okay. Plutarch says all women have many unfixable hardware bugs. This is what my husband says. All women have many unfixable hardware bugs. He does software. And he says that he can work around the bugs with software to fix the hardware problem by patching it and by redirecting it. But the actual problem never goes away, So apply the same logic to women.
Mr. Jackal, Mr. Hyde.
Basically, what he's saying is it's impossible to find a woman that's self-managed. The ready-made woman, perfect. I don't need to do anything. All I need to do is just exist with her. And she manages her own sanity and her goodness and everything. I found the woman who I don't need to manage because she's self-managed.
Well, and this is essentially what all of these female gurus are saying, ladies. But they are also okay, Steve. To build up on your point, they are also selling this delusion to women that you can be a self-managed woman. You don't need a man to manage you, because if you can regulate your own emotions, your own feelings, and I've seen it from church ladies too, who are quoting the Bible, who are saying, "Well, just like be this way, right? Regulate your emotions, regulate your feelings, be accountable." do all of these things, right? And then you will attract the right man because he doesn't want to deal with a messed up person, let's say. Women, I think that they twist it, and then they underestimate the role that a man makes in making her into a decent material wife, let's say. They always try to, skip that part where a woman doesn't need to be restrained, she doesn't need to be disciplined, and she doesn't need to be held accountable by a man if she can hold herself accountable.
Just go back to the basics of Christianity, the creation story. Man was created first, and woman was created as a helpmeet for man. So that means, yeah, he's in charge. He manages her because she is his assistant. It wasn't the opposite, where woman was created as the perfect being and then man was created to serve the woman. No, that's not the creation story. Sorry, ladies. It's just not that way.
Yeah.
But this shows you the changing nature of our woman based upon her cycles monthly and throughout life. One day she just wants the nice guy just to treat her kindly. But she still kind of wants to get her way, She wants the guy to be agreeable sometimes. But then, yeah, but that doesn't really get the tingles going. Man, sometimes she just wants that Chad guy that takes control and is a little rude to her. But sometimes she just can't stand him and she really wants the nice guy.
Ladies, you can't have both. This is the what Nick is describing here is the ultimate unicorn that all women are looking for. They say, well, we want him to be alpha, we want him to be strong, we want him to be able to hurt bad people for us, right? But we want him to be domesticated, let's say, so that she's still in charge, and they want him to be nice to her. Beta-tized version of an alpha that doesn't exist. You can have a mean guy who restrains
He wants
you
to
and
manifest a walking contradiction.
yeah, like it's
doesn't
safer for
exist.
men just keep telling no to her all the time, just so
You know
that
what
she,
this? You know what this leads to?
what?
The female-led relationship.
Yeah.
And then they're out in the real world. And she's really in charge. And so she gets a little bit boisterous and out of hand. But when she gets into trouble, then she reverts back to the thought, let's you and him fight. Have you heard that before?
Let's you and him fight.
She's in charge. She says the royal let us have you and him fight. She sets up a condition because she's in charge for her man to fight this other man.
Yeah.
On her behalf because she's in charge. And she puts her man in danger because she just thinks she can make him fight for her instead of him being in charge and saying, bitch, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You're getting us into trouble. Know your place. Get behind me. I got this handled. I don't want to fight this man.
Mm-hmm. And not all fights end well. What women are so used to civilized society.
It's actually this. It's this insane selfishness
Mm-hmm.
It's mean. It's like it's like this childlike meanness. Like there's this show Steve probably knows, the Andy Griffith Show. You remember the episode where the little kid just would throw a tantrum in the police station, right? Remember that one? It's about a bicycle.
I don't remember
And
that one, but go on.
and the dad comes in, and I think the kid and the dad were there. He's like, I tell you what, you can have your bicycle back, but your dad has to go to jail. And the kid eventually says, you know what? You can put my dad in the jail. I want my bicycle.
Wow.
And Andy Griffith said, there's a woodshed out back.
Jeez. Yeah, well, this is
I think that's
kind of like women. They want what they want, and they want it now, and they don't care how they get it. Oh, who sacrifices what?
The man, the guy in charge is disposable.
Mm-hmm.
It's this the man is disposable at the whims of the woman or the child. Basically, it's this insane selfishness.
It is selfish. It's very selfish. Yeah. And then they get into these fights. Not all fights end well for the man. And like if they actually cared about the man, let's just hypothetically assume, right? If they cared about that man, they wouldn't have put the
You're muted, Elena.
You're muted.
Yeah, they wouldn't have put themselves in danger where their men would have to come in and save them, bail them out from that trouble.
Here's another aspect. A woman unconsciously knows if her man is not strong enough to handle her, he's also not strong enough to protect her. If he can't put her in her place, how the hell is he going to deal with this big bully over here?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think women misunderstand. I think this is part of the delusion. Just because he has some money, muscles, and game, and he appears to be strong, he appears to be like outspoken and like publicly he behaves and women are attracted to him. All of these like superficial signs that she might experience, she guesses herself up that he will be able to defend her, and maybe like on a physical standpoint he might, but then he might also die trying to protect her. And in that case I would say that if she puts him in that kind of danger, in that kind of situation, then she doesn't care about him. All of this is just like visual. It's LARPing and virtue signaling for public to show to everyone that she has this strong, dominant, masculine man. But the fact that he doesn't put her into her place speaks otherwise. He's just a simp, but he's money muscles game guy who provides her that hypogamy insurance. I think women try to avoid frame at all costs with the men because they can extract more resources from money muscles guy who doesn't have frame than the one who has frame. And they don't want to deal with the frame because it means that they may not get what they want from that man.
Well, no. She may think she's that way. She may consciously decide she's going to be this way, but women are actually attracted to that dominant man like moths to a flame. Hey, that thing is hot over there. Moth, don't fly too close to that flame. But what do the moths do? They fly towards the light. So somehow that masculinity attracts women even though they say it won't attract me, it still happens. You brush off women, show indifference, all that, it attracts them.
Yeah, that's true.
Even though they know, oh, here's a guy I can't control. It attracts them more. It's a paradox.
But then, like,
Oh,
why
but
wouldn't
this is
they?
the
Okay,
key.
Steve, if they were really they on a biological standpoint, I understand that women are attracted to masculine dominant men who can say no to them, who don't give in to them, but yet um, it just speaks for very small numbers of those men then who can actually do that to women, who can say no to women.
Yes, it does.
Because if there
It's
were
a
more
shit
masculine men out there, then more women would be happier in their marriages, I guess, because more men would be restraining their wives. Right? I mean,
That's
like,
correct.
logically.
But society and the church teaches men, oh, be nice to her.
Mm-hmm.
Give in to her. Don't tell her no. Oh, she is great. She is your equal, and as she's your better. She's more spiritual than you. You need to treat her like the delicate flower. You need to prove your worth to her. You need to this, that, and other things. Nowhere does society or the church tell men, no, you need to put your woman in her place and protect her and lead her and manage her. That message is not out there. So men, okay, most men don't have that, like you're describing. But God created man, God created woman. So that ability exists, untapped, undeveloped in most men to a greater or lesser extent. Most men, it's going to be to a lesser extent, but it's still there and they can grow their potential, which it's completely untapped in our modern world. The ability of man to say, no, this is my life. You want to come along? Fine. I'll treat you well. I'm not going to fall over myself serving you and being the nice guy. I'm going to be on my purpose. You can come with me. Know your place, woman.
Mm-hmm.
All men can say that to a greater or lesser degree, but we need to get that message out there. And it actually is getting out there because this is kind of the red pill message in practice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, know your place, woman. And even then, if he gets more dominant, let me show you another formula that is more realistic for today. Here, in a gynocentric social order, today men get a feral whore with negative dowry. So she's not being raised and restrained or disciplined by a dominant masculine father, because chances are her father is a simp who worships the mother and who treats her like a princess, right? And then she is on social media. She is an attention-seeking whore. Then she has a useless college degree. She pursues her career. Then she has high body count, including one night stands, ladies. Okay, and here it's basically the same, but in this case, like you. If previously we were telling you that everything from zero is bad, basically, if she has even one body count, you discard her because she is for recreational use, right? Here, okay, she's more manageable. The fewer body counts she has, she's more manageable, and it's also more realistic because good luck finding a virgin. But again, like if she comes from a fatherless household, if she has a college degree, if she's on social media, if she has career, fictional husbands, all of that stuff, this is going to impact your ability to it will impact your ability to pair bond with you, with one man, and it will impact your ability to restrain her. So you see how here exponentially it gets harder and harder and harder to restrain her from 0. Okay. It gets to significantly harder. But then women, like Sarah Stock, they will lie about their body count. They can say that they have 0 when in fact they have body count, or they will intentionally reduce their body count because then they know that guys will apply these numbers into some crazy formulas like Donovan Sharp. I think it's a fantastic formula actually to calculate the approximate body count, but it's because women lie about it. This is why men do it.
Okay. Bring us back to full screen.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say something here without revealing too much detail. Elena says a lot of these things. A woman with a greater than 0 body count is not a good risk. So some people out there are going to say, well, what about you, Elena? Are you the perfect woman?
No.
Okay, she'll say no, and I'm not going to reveal any greater information here. I'm not going to even ask. But what's the difference? Elena, you didn't do this, but yet you got married, but now you're advocating for something that you didn't do. How is this not hypocritical? What makes you a good woman? Why did you deserve to get married when you're saying other women who might be equal in past experience to you should be avoided? Well, the point is, life is not fair. Number one. Just because you've had some past, just because you have a past does not doom you. What is the remedy? What's your way out? It's humility.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing that actually makes Elena marriageable and a good wife is the fact that she says, yes, wasn't that perfect? I'm not the perfect woman. I don't meet the perfect woman that I talk about. And I have the humility to admit it and say, yes, this damaged me. What?
Well, all women today are going to be
humility. This idea of humility, a woman having humility, is such a huge thing, and it's so unbelievably rare. It's almost the perfect vetting criteria.
Yeah, instead of hiding, this is why I keep saying to women, like, when you are hiding who you are hiding from yourself. My dad always was telling me, you can run wherever you go, but you can't escape yourself. You can't run away from yourself. It will catch up to you. And all of these attempts that these traditional conservative trad wives, the church ladies who appeal to purity, I'm a virgin, I'm so great, I'm so good, and all of that stuff. Ladies, you can't run away from who you are. The body count that you have is between you and God. And if you are lying to your man when you are dating him, you are lying to yourself. Because then he won't be treating you as you need to be treated, and then you will never be happy.
And here's the other thing. If you lie to your man, you will never be loved for who you are.
Exactly.
Because he will never know who you are, because you refuse to let him know who you are. Mm-hmm. Basically, are you going to settle for a life of fake love?
Yeah, because essentially what all of these trad wives are getting is fake love. They put a mask on. The men love the mask that these girls put on, because men take it, okay, if you are deceiving somebody and you are good at deception, this is why we teach men how to see the truth, like the female nature, right? For how to see what women actually are, instead of the mask and the camouflage that women put on. Because whatever mask you put on, according to your stage where you currently are at the moment, you know that it's not true. You know that you are lying. You're guessing yourself up. You can be really good at lying to yourself, but you're also lying to God. You are lying to everybody. You are lying. When you're lying to your man, you are lying to God. And he knows everything. He knows what you've done.
Hey,
There is no point. There is no point in hiding. There is no point in hiding who you are.
Oh, let's answer this question. Are the panelists married? Elena is. I'm twice divorced. I've learned a lot from the divorce process and studied the nature of women. Is Nick married? No, Nick is divorced. And don't dismiss the insights that divorced men have gained from going through the process of trying to make the marriage work, and it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You can blame us. That's your prerogative.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you can learn a lot from your prior experiences, and even if it didn't turn out the way you were hoping it turned out, learn from them and don't make the same mistakes.
In general, every person learns more from their failures than they do from their successes.
Mm-hmm.
So find a man who has failed at something. And after he's failed, he's going to go back and reflect on that. Where did I go wrong? What went wrong? What could I have done differently? What didn't I know going into this? What were the external factors that caused this failure? How much of it was my fault? How much of it was other people's fault? And he's going to have a lot of insights because of that.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting how men are looking at their prior experiences versus how women look at their prior experiences. Women always shift the blame. They always try to say, well, he did this and that, and I didn't approve of it, and he basically didn't serve me well enough. It was never her fault. And you can see it. You can see how neo-feminists are treating feminism now, right? They all criticize feminism, even though they all use feminism. We live in a gynocentric society that supports feminism, that enables feminism. The laws have changed to support women and to give women the privilege, to give women all of the rights. And when you look and compare how men are evaluating their past mistakes, and they are, like Steve said, reflecting on it, realizing what they've done wrong. They have so much humility, ladies. Men have a lot of humility.
Yes, some men do. Not all men. Not.
Well, true, but like a big number of men. There are way more men who have humility than women who have humility. Good luck with that. I've yet met a woman who would say, but okay, sometimes I see, Steve, sorry, you just inspired a thought here.
Okay.
I see a woman who says, well, like I did those things that way, but, and then she negates everything she said before. But it wasn't really my fault. I was influenced. I was under pressure. I was under duress. Oh, my mom. Oh, my sister. Oh, society. Oh, all of that. She doesn't acknowledge that she was the one who still chose to do all of those things. She has agency.
in the male world, men to men, all men know, every single man knows he has screwed up from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets credit and grace from other men when he screws up and says, damn, I was stupid there. This is what I did. Yep, it's my fault. I've learned from that. I'm not hiding it. Okay. And then the other man says, oh, this is a man with humility. I can trust him because he's not trying to shift the blame to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And we use this in our jobs too. You know what? I'm a truck driver. Things happen. I make mistakes. Sometimes they could be big mistakes. Usually they're not. They're little things here or there. Sometimes equipment gets damaged. Not in a big way, but in a small way. Like, for instance, pulling out of a dock. I pulled too far. There was a post there. And the post hit the side of the trailer and actually got hung up on the trailer. Oh, shit. Okay, so I extract myself from the situation. Damn, I fucked that one up. It's some serious damage there. Okay, I go back and say, okay, boss, this is what happened. Okay, well, he admitted it. It was my own fault. I can say, well, that was screwed up in the design. It should never been put there. True enough. But it was still me who drove the truck in a certain way to put that damage on there, admitting it and saying, yep, okay, well, I learned I'm not going to do that again. Okay, then the situation is generally forgotten. Or if you're reprimanded a little bit, and then life goes on. And it doesn't reflect badly on you forever. And only if you're doing that on a continuous basis, screwing up continuously, are you going to be criticized for it. Once in a while, everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
And men understand this and can acknowledge that and say, well, this one is I screwed up. This one is things happened to me that caused this bad outcome. And I could have made some different decisions that could have avoided it. So I've learned from that. But with women, on the other hand, everything that happens to them is projected onto external factors.
Yeah.
With men, they don't let that happen amongst male to male relationships.
Well, this is why women can't hold themselves accountable, because it's external, right? You can't just claim agency for certain things that you like and then refuse it when you don't want it, when you don't want the accountability and responsibility for your choices. If you realize you have agency, you have responsibility too. The freedom of choice comes with responsibility and accountability for your choices. Ladies, there are consequences. You can't just say that, well, one day, I want to do those things because I want to do them, right? I want to be a well taken care of stay-at-home wife and mother. Okay. What are you willing to give up? There are certain consequences. There are responsibilities that you are supposed to fulfill. You can't just say that, well, I just want to be that, claim all of the credit for somebody else's work, exploit your kids on social media, and then like divorce rape your husband and alienate your kids from their father. Just because one day you decide that he no longer serves you. And you don't want to fulfill your duties anymore. Because you thought it would be fun. Wearing this mask would be fun. It would be exciting. It would bring you what you want. You are lacking humility. You are lacking accountability. Even like by choosing all of these masks and pretending to be somebody you are not. It's gain without pain. And we did a live stream on that sometime last year. Do you remember, Steve?
Yeah, I do. These
But-
similar things we talk about, there's similarities in a lot of the old stuff. They keep coming in around and around the same concepts. We approach them from different directions.
Mhm.
They're not isolated from each other. They're all interrelated.
Yeah. Well, anyway, interesting discussion today. Where is Nick? Nick, are you still
I'm
there?
here.
Ah, okay, we can't see you. Okay.
Yawning a bunch.
Oh, Yanin, did you sleep well?
No.
No. We had snow and it affected my sleeping schedule too. I couldn't sleep well for the past few days. Every time it snows, and it stayed. It's still there, you know. I'm surprised. We would never have snow in Russia in March. March is considered spring, by the way. But here, yeah, we still have some snow. We even had to cancel my Pilates class yesterday because of snow, and people were scared of driving for everyone's safety. Yeah. Well, anyway, any final closing thoughts, guys?
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah.
Said everything.
I already said my piece.
Well, what are you doing on Wednesday?
Some demographics.
Oh, right.
and
Plutarch is leading
world
that one.
events, and Plutarch is leading it.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah,
So it's
join us.
data driven.
What is it, Steve?
Data driven.
Data driven. Yeah. Join us. It will be interesting. Subscribe to the Resurgence of Sanity YouTube channel. Join them on Wednesdays at 5:45 p.m. Pacific. And I have an interesting video for us to watch. Well, you guys can leave, but for everyone else, remember to please like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel a lot. And we'll see you all next time. Enjoy your weekend. Okay, take care, everyone. Thanks for being here with us today. Bye. Guys, thank you so much for being here with us today. If you're new here or if you're a returning subscriber, we appreciate you. Have you watched Anita Mokiat's saga by me, your Red Pill Babushka? If you haven't yet, we highly recommend you to watch this mini-series to better understand women, how they think and how they manipulate men. Anita Mokiat's saga is a comic parody of female nature and female behavior that includes Anita's adventures, her special and unique experiences, and various interactions with other funny characters. I created Anita to pick on female delusions, entitlement, and promiscuity, and to show the reality of corrupted by women institutions. The first season shows the process of finding herself through self-worth, self-love, and self-respect meditation retreats and relationship sessions with various female gurus. The second season reveals her godly path to Jesus and her true power over men, femininity.
Hi, I'm Anita Mokiat. I used to be on OnlyFans, but not anymore. Not after I found Jesus. I'm a trad wife now. I love Jesus. I'm not a feminist. I want a perfect husband with kids because now I feel that it's my true purpose in life to be a stay-at-home wife and mother. Because I deserve a family. I want to be married to the right man. So join our church and wife me up.
I will actually plug Plutarch's wife here. Watch her Anita Moorcat series on just talking about she gives these like acting. She takes on many faces and shows the reality of the church and trying to get men to buy into this traditional tradcon bullshit on wifing up all these fucked up women. There is a large amount of truth in her comedic series that I think men should watch.
I hope that you enjoy our videos. Please tell us what you think about them. We appreciate your feedback. Also, please like the videos. It helps us to build more awareness. And share our videos with your friends and those who need to see them. You never know, but you may save a man's life if he is more aware of female nature. You don't have to say anything when you are sharing our videos. You can just copy and paste them and let the chips fall where they may. Please watch our older live streams on both YouTube channels. You might also enjoy Marry Me Red Pill podcast by your Red Pill Babushka, based on the survey for biological men. It's an ongoing survey that you can participate in. Please share it with other men. The more men participate in this survey, the more statistically significant the results are. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels if you enjoy our content and if you'd like to see more content like this. Join us for interesting discussions with the Resurgence of Sanity guys on Saturdays at 9:15 a.m. Pacific on sBarre YouTube channel and on Wednesdays at 5:45 p.m. Pacific on the Resurgence of Sanity YouTube channel. Once again, thank you so much for joining us for interesting discussions. Thank you for your feedback and for your kind support. We appreciate you guys. We are looking forward to seeing you in our other activities as well. Take care everyone and have a wonderful day.